Now we're recording. Well, good afternoon or good night to anyone who is watching. My name is Victor Said, and I'm with my teammate Raul Vargas and Christian Iberri, who
I
is not right now in the moment, but he will join us later. And today we have our special guest for our podcast, who is none other than my brother, and his name is Darsu Dirceu. Sorry. It's just that in English it's different.
You don't pronounce a name different in English
Sorry.
if it's a proper name. You don't pronounce it in the language.
Okay. So my brother here, Dirceu, he is going to help us, the three of us, well, right now the two of us, to make a top 30 of games that we all enjoy and have played along our lives. Okay. And well, any comments, brother?
Well, in the in terms of video games, some may find me a little unexperienced, solely on the fact that I am younger than the three of them. But still, I feel like I can give my own types of opinions on the matter and help them make the list as accurate as possible according to their expectations and their experience playing these games altogether. Thank you.
Okay. Now,
So
Raul,
horrible, you feel. Oh my god.
Do you have anything to say for our podcast?
Well, honestly, I want to finish this as fast as possible. So no questions asked.
Okay. So,
Can you follow up?
huh?
You
Well,
say If you something. can, please follow.
if I can
Well,
follow,
I
yes.
mean,
What? Explain,
I'm
please.
just making me a. Well, probably, and I'm not really just following you both guys for because I also not. I have more experience with playing video games. But honestly, that was so long ago for me to remember exactly punctual stuff that may require, I don't know, about certain games or certain stuff. But honestly, that's mostly out of my experience right now. But when I was younger, like 13, 14 years old, I was a first gamer for my childhood and also for my friends because all of my friends and I were playing Xbox at some point. And I play also Black Ops 2 with my friends. That was the game that I played the most, Black Ops 2, in zombies, in multiplayer. The campaign I didn't even touch it, but for most of the time it was for entertaining myself and my friends, honestly, playing video games. But right now I'm not playing video games. I'm focused on growing my business, growing or in all aspects of life, kind of like to say.
Mhm.
And you, what do you say? What was your name? Sorry.
What was your name, bro?
Uh,
Dear Sao. How do you
you
spell
say
it?
so.
Go on.
All right. So, you say, what's your experience with video games? What you can tell us from Victor's perspective, also, because from my experience, I think that Victor has a lot of knowledge in video games, a lot of also, how can I like to say, it's kind of humor that is embedded into gamers sometimes.
Bro, you
And
don't have to
honestly,
kill me like
sometimes
that.
I think, excuse me.
You don't have to kill me like that. You don't have to expose me.
It's not about thing,
Well,
it's not about thing in any way.
mm. Well, if I may interject with the with this whole talk, I could just say that in my experience with video games, just as my brother, I've basically been playing all my life since when I was born in 2006. The system that my parents bought us and that in that period of time was the Nintendo Wii, which is by itself quite an interesting console since it basically was a combination of a lot of different important matters like the physical movement with the nunchucks and the Wii remote, the steadiness of having the Wii remote bar in order to move the sensor to where we want it. Just like in arcade games where we can find the ones with the big guns and that you just have to point at the screen. Well, those type of guns you can also find on the Wii. And in that cases, just like my brother, I gained a lot of love and respect for the games and the video game industry as a whole, since it actually was filled with hours of fun and actually generally incredible stories. This is my opinions. The video games is not it's not a genre or another way of childs to play something that already exists. I see it more as a different medium to express a story, just as we have animation with the movies, series, etc. I found video games just the same, with distinctive stories and ways of how we can interact with those stories via the player.
I get your point with how video games tell the story. Because certainly most of the time I think that, well, that's my opinion and my point of view. I play video games mostly on multiplayer modes. But honestly, I didn't even get deeper into a topic of the video game in the campaign mode to actually tell the story. Well, because this I never that never come out attention in March, so I want to know what the history is behind of the video game. Why? Because why the game is placed in a certain period. Why the game follows this story. Why I never get into that. I always get straight into the multiplayer, into the zombies, into the water mode the game has with the old extension of the campaign. And Yubik, tell us about it.
Well, for my time with video games, I mostly been similar to my brother. We been playing in the Wii for a long time together, and that was fun and all. But then later on, we started to play like separate, like one time when it was his turn and mine, and we started to like develop a taste for games that we didn't have to play together all the time. And since that, when we had our PS3, we my brother started to play a lot of FIFA, while I started to play most like Call of Duty games or even games that are in solo like Darksiders. Which, to be honest, games like those, like Call of Duty, is for the multiplayer because you can fight other people or team up with them. And in Darksiders, it was more like a story that you had to follow. Like you felt like you could say like the hero there and trying to save the world and all that. But sometimes other games where you're mostly like the villain, like for example, Prototype, it makes you feel like you could destroy everything with just one touch of a button from your controls to destroy a freaking army in the game.
All right,
Yeah.
interesting point of view. I don't know you guys have here the game called Colossal, something like that. Let me check that out.
Shadow of the
And there was
Colossus.
Child of the Colossus. This game was mostly you becoming a villain for saving your wife from these demons because the demon has permits you to alive to resuscitate your woman. If you kill 16 of the colossals, that I don't know what the mythological is the background, but as far as you kill these 16 colossal giants, you were like promised you would get your wife back to life, and that's also a quite a dramatic game because as us the one that is I actually you with this task of killing these colossal is actually a demon. So I think that's quite a story there. Also, as in what is the what was the name of Predator? What was the name you were mentioning before?
Prototype.
Prototype. It's kind of the same plot, right?
Yes and no, because yes, in both games you are the villain, you could say that, but in one you have a cause. Like for example, as you said, is to save your wife, and the protagonist of that game literally takes the life of gentle giants to save her wife with a, how do you say it when it's like just because you want to,
A selfish reason.
a selfish reason,
Yes.
because he's not thinking in his what his actions are going to cause, because it's literally like a creature, a demon talking to him that he can save his wife if he kills like the guardians of that place where he takes her, and that kind of makes us at the end the villain. But we were like thinking we were doing good, and in Prototype we think we're doing good while our protagonist in the first game has amnesia, you could say. But when we start playing more and more in the game, we start to delve into it. We start to find out that our protagonist is not the, not so you could say innocent, because in the game we it all starts because of a virus infection similar to Resident Evil, except that some people mutate to zombies and others mutate to have like the ability to change their body parts into weapons. And
All right.
the protagonist, whose name is Alex Mercer, he voluntarily destroys a vial of the virus of the that
Unleashing of New York.
unleashing it, ah,
Unleashing it.
well, spreading it over all what you could say like like the coast of New York and part of another city, New Jersey, into chaos of zombies and the military trying to keep the infection at bay. And at the end, we found out that he was the one that caused everything, and that he died when he let the virus escape, because the virus took like his body and turned him into, like you could say, a pure form of the zombie virus.
Hmm.
All right.
Like, if I may say something,
Sure.
expanding on
Go
what
ahead.
you both just said is the type of games where we have the illusion of the protagonist, how we see ourselves as the good guy, though, because just because we are the one controlling the character, it makes us think that our cause is a noble one, that we are making good to the world, to a world that surround their characters, because
To the context of.
yeah. But in cases like they said, Alex Mercer, who thinks himself as a man who lost his memory, when actuality he's the virus that he unleashed, and he's nothing but a sentient virus puppeteering dead man's body, or the case of Wonder in Shadow of the Colossus, who only because he wants to benefit himself by bringing back his wife to life, he actually brings disaster to the lands, and eventually he perishes as well at the end of the game. The same thing we can see in other games, and in a more psychological manner, like is Silent Hill 2 in the case of James Sunderland.
Well,
The thing that makes him so interesting is that we as a player, as the spectator of this story, we don't know all the details. We only see him getting to the town of Silent Hill because he received a letter of his late deceased wife Mary. He eventually finds out that she isn't alive, because he actually knows the exact fate of her, since he's the one who took her life.
All right.
We as the protagonist are well, we
as
as
a
the
player.
spectator, we are not shown these details at the start of the game, because at the end of the day, we are not the protagonist. This is not a story about us; it's a story about him. This is the case in a
All
lot of
right.
games where we are seeing the life of another people, and we don't know everything that happens in this world prior to the events of the game, etc. is the illusion of the protagonist and how it differentiates between games in first person, like we see Halo, because we think that, oh yeah, we are the Master Chief, we are seeing through his eyes, through his helmet. To other games like Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4, etc. Because at the end of the day, it's the whole perspective of the game that molds how we see the protagonist. Because in terms of decisions that we take, we don't see it as us making those things. We see it as them doing those things.
I really
Well,
get your point because you mean we are the game walk us through contextualizing the life of the character as our own because we're the ones performing the actions that are needed to get through the goals that the video game has set for the character to accomplish. So really contextualizing all this idea of telling the story through someone else's skin. I think that all of us can agree that honestly, video games want us to see what they want to see, because mostly video games follow on a story and a storyline that we may not know or may not want to know. When you just play the game, have fun, and get distract ourselves from our practice and then go ahead and play games. And I think that's so crucial for this storytelling, for this context. Uh, for example, in Halo Paris you were mentioning, uh, you were explaining that Halo we may be the good ones, but we don't know we may be the bad ones because we are performing acts that are against another legion, against a whole crew of extraterrestrial members. And probably that, well, because I follow the story of Halo, and I know for sure that also the characters of the game in the Halo 4, Halo 5, and all stuff like that, the religion of the Covenant is wrong because they are with the idea of thinking that the activating the Halo rings will bring them to the great trouble being heaven, being wherever, in whatever afterlife they are thinking. And but in reality, it's not this data sentence for entire galaxy. So that's kind of contextualizing this whole story.
Hmm.
oh,
Well, yeah. To be honest, Halo kind of mixed that religious belief, you could say, and other things,
Right.
but they also like give a reason of why us as the protagonists, as the Master Chief, are doing what we're doing because let's say that in the lore Halo, it is said that humanity was like living besides the Forerunners, but at the moment of that time, the Flood, which were the original creators of the Forerunners, um, like they were rampant and started killing humanity. So humanity started to defend itself, and when it encountered planets filled with infestation of the Flood, they destroyed them, not mattering if it was human or Forerunner civilians who were infected. And the Forerunners thought that humanity were attacking them, so they attacked the humanity, and so humanity had to fight two wars at that time: the Flood and the Forerunners. And sadly, the humanity were starting to lose. So the Forerunners, once they discovered the Flood, they understood what the humanity were trying to do, and you could say fucked up and tried to fight back the Flood, but without an ally, the Flood started slowly to win. So they had to like erase everything with the Halo rings to stop the Flood from feeding. But they decided to revive humanity, but not their own race, leaving the Forerunners to extinction. You could say that. And the Covenant thought that, well, not the Covenant in general, but the main leaders, the hierarchs, they thought that the Forerunners left their technology to them so they can use it. I mean, yes, they started to use Forerunner technology, and develop their own code and all that, including other species. But once they encountered humanity, they didn't uh, ask them to join the covenant or to work together, but they started immediately to kill them. And why? The reason is because the forerunners made their technology so that forerunners can use it and humanity as well. So when the prophets, the hierarchs, understood what the forerunners did, they started looking at humanity as if it was a mistake from them. They couldn't believe that a high species could let humanity have their technology, but not them. In a way, they were like, you could say, jealous, and that's why they started a campaign of exterminating all humanity, because they didn't want them to find out the truth about what the Forerunners did. Like, for example, in Halo
Correct.
2, after what the Arbiter learns, he learns that the rings that were going to help them reach their how do you say it before?
Grand Travel Day.
Yeah, that thing. That they were going to ascend and all that crap, but at the end it's just a big weapon that was implemented to eliminate all life. So you could say that they were trying to suicide themselves. Yes, like to kill themselves.
Kind of like,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Yes.
and humanity was just trying to prevent that. So once the Arbiter learns the truth, he gathers the elite and some covenants of the covenant that try to ally with the elite to stop the prophet of the truth. And once kill the prophet, they started to destroy the flood by firing another ring, and with that they stopped the war and had peace until the events of Halo 4, and from that, Halo 5.
And you're forgetting about Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is the story of on a ring that was destroyed by the brute. I don't remember how they were called
Atriox.
this segment of the Covenant because they were kind of like out of the factor for the Covenant race, no, for the Covenant community, and then becoming them their own species and with greater technology than actually humanity. And in the case, because this this new race of
Faction?
members
Oh, faction.
destroy this faction, they destroy the University Infinity, and this way created a new plot for the Halo Infinite, for the extraction of the University Infinity, and then all of that together with the destruction of the I don't remember it was Halo 4, Halo no
It,
Installation 4, because Halo is the name of the game. You call the Halos the Halo itself, the ring, and installation. That's how they call it in the game.
yes, installation. Yes, in this case, in Halo Infinite, we fight not the Covenant, but this time the Banished, which is a faction that we encounter in Halo Wars 2, which takes the events of that game is like between 4 and 5, while the Master Chief was still trying to fight against Cortana, a ship from
Mhm.
Halo Wars, the first one, went
All
adrift,
right.
and
Mhm.
that ship encountered the Ark that we play in Halo 3. But the Ark has been taken over by the Banished, and their leader, Atriox, was, you could say, the founder. And the funny thing about that is
Yes.
that Atriox, well, the prophets always send like this type of clan of brutes to fight their holy war, and all the time they sent their soldiers. All many of them, well, not many, but all of those platoons they sent died, except that one time Atriox survived. And with each battle that passed and brother he lost, both his fame in the Covenant and his hate for it started to grow until both of them were not manageable together. So the Covenant, afraid of him, tried to banish him, but he was the first to rebel against the covenant and survive. In his rebellion, it inspired others to work
To
aside him.
follow him.
Yes, and with that, it explains us in the Halo Wars 2 that when in that time the Covenant had two types of enemies: humanity and the Banished. With humanity, they almost wiped
I
them
think
out, but the Banished they never got
uh,
close.
actually, let me get this point there. I think that Halo Infinite is followed by Halo Wars because I remember you remember this name, the Atrix being the root, actually being the leader of this new, as you said, this
But
fraction of a
the
new
Banished.
covenant, a new, yes, uh, being the one that being the main character that is for the Infinity on Halo Infinite.
Yep. Those are the faction that we fight now, not the Covenant. The Covenant. The Covenant is gone forever. Because in
So,
Halo 5,
yes,
we helped the Arbiter destroy the last remnants of the Covenant.
I didn't remember that honestly.
Oh yeah, we do because we it's like a trade because there was like this type of machine that Cortana was calling in San Helios, the planet home of the elites, and they had to get to it. But the
Yes,
funny
the
thing,
Guardians.
yeah, the Guardians. But the funny thing is that the Guardian was
Oh,
under
sorry.
the city of San Helios, which was the final stronghold of the Covenant. So we both help the Arbiter destroy the Covenant and get to the Guardian to save the Master Chief. And that's
Yes, I
how
think
our
I got you for.
yeah. And the funny thing is that in Halo 5 they show us that the Infinity, the ship that has always been like the most powerful of all the ships from the human arsenal, it was just destroyed by one single brute. Just one guy destroyed the most powerful ship of humanity, and even went one on one against the Master Chief and won also.
Yes,
Okay, so I think we we talk quite a lot. We already have
quite as well.
almost half an hour on this. Yeah. So let's start with our little
Top
top
30.
top 30 games that we all know and will say that we will recommend to the people who are watching this video.
Is it one more type of games?
Yeah. Okay, let's say number 30. What game from all these that we can see will fit there?
Sims.
Sims. Yeah, I will agree with that one. Sims is a fun game.
On 30.
What? On 30, yeah. Like the
Simpsons on 30.
yeah, it fits
Hmm.
on 30 because it's a fun
Okay.
game.
Or League of Legends. Number 3.
Now we're
Yeah.
gonna get baited over here.
Yeah. Y'all can cry about it.
Let's say that the 20 it's for the League of Legends. Fine.
29.
Absolutely.
So
29.
29. Okay, but let's talk about first Sims. Okay, Sims. What do we know about Sims, guys?
Oh. Sims is actually one of the first quite popular mainstream games that came out in PC back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Since it was just that it was a life simulator type of game, something that is actually a pioneer on the genre, as there was nothing in that kind of
Segment.
department in the PC game industry, as at that time we only had games like Doom, Quake, etc. It was actually a breath of fresh air to have a game to just pass the time and live the life that you want, or just fantasize of wanting, instead of having all these type of shooters that we had back in the day, or the more point and click games with violent mechanics like we had in the original two Fallouts.
You, Raul, what would you say about Sims?
I'm gonna play the game, but it's gonna go up going some gameplay. And honestly, the game is, to me, well, it was kind of, honestly, I really wanted to play the game so bad because I don't know, I was thinking on probably having a different approach on the gameplays or having a different, I don't know, set of ideas to make up in the game. But honestly, I really think that the game will always be about a boring life that you also want to get. Now, honestly, it deserves on a number 30.
Yeah, because to be honest, I have seen the game. I have watched videos,
Right,
but I don't find it
right.
so fun for me because it just managed to keep your own character alive. I mean, we could all do that ourselves with our with us.
my
All
only
right.
is myself.
My only character is myself.
Vic,
Yes.
uh, I'll be right back. I'll go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm still listening to you guys.
Okay, we'll keep talking about me and my brother here. So, League of Legends 29. Okay, Christian's gonna hate us for this, but why would you say, bro, that League of Legends 29?
Well, I do see League of Legends as an everlasting impact on the culture of in pop culture in general in the in all these years in the 2010s and upwards and right now in 2024. I simply don't see how much of a game is compared in comparison to others. Just take for example this game. Yeah, it's is the quite literally the first one of its kind to go into this multiplayer um capture capture the zone and destroy the nexus in order to win. That a lot of games decide to just copy after how much Riot Games Oh, wait, how much Riot Games have actually built this world because by itself, League of Legends actually has an amazing lore, an amazing set of characters, etc. But unfortunately, the thing that actually brings it down for me is
Community?
yeah,
I'm back.
the community that surrounds the game as it's quite toxic and they don't quite what's the correct term? They don't quite help out with with their own image by the type of things that they do or the type of scandals that they get themselves involved with. So yeah, 29 for me it's a fair spot because it is a good game, but simply it's not as good or as in social culturally impacting as the rest.
Okay. So,
Honestly, I have a different opinion regarding Arcane story because honestly, well, League of Legends story involving Arcane series. I don't know if you have seen that the series specific.
yeah, Arcane.
I have watched it, and I am actually eagerly waiting for season 2 this year. Like
Absolutely, yes.
like
In the numbers coming out, I am absolutely excited about it.
yeah, me
And
too.
honestly, it's such great series. And honestly, I know this another part. It's part of
Hmm?
League of Legends, but also it's also part of another story that doesn't follow up with the game. Only in Marvel Scar that found that hint. So
Like I said,
I really think that in the part of
while I do enjoy the stories and the whole set of characters, even the music every year, I simply don't find the satisfaction in playing this type of games, especially with having to deal with the type of players that normally popularize the use of these games.
I can understand you. I actually never played the game honestly. I was one try to play the game, and the people that were speaking with about the game actually assured me that it is not the best game to play. You will be obsessed with it, and then also you will mad at the same time because you are so into it because, and at the same time you are so mad on it because of the community.
Yeah, to be
So
honest,
great
I
for
have
me.
played League of Legends. I mean, it's fun, but it doesn't even feel that fun because of the community. Like, the first time I played it, my team, both the team and my enemy team were like talking shit to each other, and just because I didn't like follow instructions, I mean, it was just a unranked game, so it was just to have fun. but just because I didn't buy or didn't do the things that I was supposed to do, and I'm using like how can you say this, bro? In English,
The most meta characters.
yeah, the most meta characters. They started to talk shit to me like, "What are you doing?" or why are you even playing? Because you're not doing anything." And I was like, "I'm just trying to move and to destroy this. I'm not that good." And once I said that, I got team killed by two guys who were hiding in a bush. And then my team started to surrender while we still have all our 3 lanes almost complete. So, what could we say about?
So,
Oh, hello, Christian.
hello.
You
I'm
actually
sorry I was having
came.
some connection trouble,
We
but I'm
And
back
summon you.
here.
so,
We
how are you,
summon you.
Christian?
What?
We summon you.
We start
Almost.
without you, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's you're just barely on number 29, so
Yeah,
no big deal.
yeah. And we still have 1 hour and a half to go, so let's keep doing this. Okay, for number 28, what game? I would say Dota. Raul, any comments? No? Okay.
No, no comments.
Well, let me
Wait,
mm,
modify esto.
let me see.
Oh, wait, wrong color. Yes, better. So, what do we know about Dota? That it's quite similar, if not almost an exact copy, I could say, of League of Legends.
Yes, it's a fucking copy of League of Legends. So
But its community is not that
number.
toxic, so I think it has an advantage that.
Did you put League of Legends on the list?
Yes, don't worry.
Okay. Well, I have never played Dota, but I know that it's like kind of very alike League of Legends. So I wouldn't have like a concrete opinion, but 28 is good for me due that it is a copy of League of Legends and I like League of Legends. So I don't know what Raul has to say about this.
Eh. I just called my comments on this one. I'll never play it. Don't care at all if it's a game or whatever. I don't even care about it.
Sure. So let's go now with another game for 27. Because no one wants to talk about that. So I would place
Absolutely.
in 27. Mm, Fallout 2.
No, no,
Why
no.
not?
That's
Nick,
just objectively
change your
wrong.
fucking mind with it.
No, that's just wrong.
Okay, what would you guys play?
Heroes of the Storm. Put it on
Okay, Heroes of the
27.
Storm.
And then 27. Your
Okay.
StarCraft. Like bullshit.
Okay.
And the photo 4 next. I'm just
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
sorry,
just kidding
sorry.
around.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure none of you guys have played or heard about Heroes of the Storm, but I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say that it's quite a little better than League of Legends. Sorry, Christian.
I don't believe you.
Yes, I can say why, and a few very reasons. Okay, League of Legends. Okay, Heroes of the Storm doesn't have a toxic community like League of Legends. That's one. Okay, number two, it has more different modes of gameplay. In League of Legends, we only have the typical destroy the towers, get the Nexus done most of the time. That's all what I've
That's because
seen.
you don't need more. You don't need more.
No, 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 no. Here's the catch and here's the storm. Here's the storm. We have different modes for different maps in every game. For example, there's a map where, yes, we play similarly to League of Legends where we have to destroy the Nexus. Except in this case, the Nexus can defend itself. For example, because it's like a huge ass turret that shoots enemies that come too close. The other maps have like where you can transport artillery cannons, and once you have the artillery cannon on the side of your enemy, the cannon starts shooting that to their nexus to destroy it. The enemy can destroy the cannon and then also get their own and attack yours. That's quite more interesting than
That's too
League of
gay.
Legends. And the other
That's too
way,
gay.
yeah, the other thing is that it has more heroes. Well, no, I'm gonna correct myself. It doesn't have that many heroes as League of Legends, but that's the only thing that League of Legends has. It has more heroes, but they all seem unique in their way. But also the ones in Heroes of the Storm, and they're a bit more fun to use because you can combo them in different ways and in different maps. For example, we have, you could say, a hero in which it can dash forward and then dash back to both give a quick hit and in retreat and get to cover. But it also has this cube that
You mean like
teleports.
Renekton, Russian Dash?
No, 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 wait. It also teleport. It has a cube that can teleport enemies and pull them where you are. And in this case, there's people that can like see an enemy all across like a huge gap in the map, do a dash, throw the cube at the same time. Once the cube hits and your character is back at where your cannons are, your teleport, you change places with that enemy. So you could say that he's over away on the canyon, like a great feature, and you can't reach him. You go grab him with a cube, and he is in your side of the map where the enemies, your allies, start to attack it. While you can go and hunt for mercenaries to add to your army. And that's another thing that it has mercenaries that if you eliminate them, they will join your side and attack the enemy soldiers, and that's a huge advantage. And we also have a map that where you can literally find nukes and use them against the enemy. That's why I say that Heroes of the Storm is a little bit more fun than League of Legends.
Well, I gotta play it
Yeah, you
to
have to play
decide.
it,
But
and it's free also. It's a bit more easy to play, to be honest. So number 26. Let's go with what game? Assassin's Creed. Wait. What game would you say, guys, will go in 26 from the ones we can
no,
see here?
Assassin's Creed 26. I don't think so.
No.
Assassin's Creed got
It's been
the
Friday
other
pretty sick.
easily.
GTA 4.
No.
Why not?
Because you have
No,
Diablo 3 on the
Mhm.
list.
it's not so bad.
Both Diablo 3 and Prototype are down there on the list. I would say
The
put
one of the Colossus,
Oh,
no.
the one right there that says something
No.
about Colossus.
let's say Colossus
Shadow,
24.
Shadow of the Colossus. Whoa.
Yeah, it's 24, honestly.
Yeah, that looks too gay.
Can you play that game?
Okay, let's talk first Diablo 3.
But you have
Let's talk about first Diablo 3. You can have a mental breakdown later. Yeah. Okay. My brother's going for fresh air. Okay. He's going. I'll change it. Don't worry. We can change it. Okay. Diablo 3. What do we know about this game? Raul, you're the one who recommended it. Tell me about it.
I don't know, you saw it.
Christian, do
I'm
you
gonna play
know
that
what
game,
is
but honestly,
Diablo 3? Christian.
I don't know. Well, as far as I know,
Oh.
our story is about a connect like a Doom, but for more historical asset, and also other kind of like plot twist that is not completely assured, but I don't know, just kind of weird game. The gameplays that I've seen are so boring, honestly, that I don't even catch up the idea of the game.
Well, it's
That,
a
that,
game.
that
You could say I have played it, but it's a game you could say almost feels like if you were to play like World of Warcraft, where you control your own character, go around the map, killing enemies, looting. But it has an interesting story. I haven't fully played it because it then when I try to play it, it then tells me you have to pay to keep playing, and that's where I leave it. But for me, it's interesting, but not that where I will give my whole life playing it.
Okay.
Christian, what do you say about Diablo 3? Have you ever heard about it, seen about it?
Well, I have seen about it, but I've never played it. I remember a friend of mine when I was at middle school that he was very enthusiastic of getting. I believe Diablo 3 was the one that was coming out like in 2010, 2011. I don't know. Was it that one, or was it Diablo 2?
I
Do you
don't
know?
know. I don't know. I would say you saw Diablo 2 at your time.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know, but I remember hearing about it as a good game, but I've never played it, so it's okay if you want to put it right there in that number. I have no issue.
Yeah, it's okay. Now let's go with 25. And I here plays Prototype. Do you agree, bro? He's back.
It
Prototype
was a good
25.
game. I played it sometimes at Liverpool. They had it there. You could test it
I would.
in the screens at Liverpool. That was a
Well,
good game. I liked it.
Okay.
well, in my opinion, I would actually put
Right.
Prototype on 26 and Diablo 3 on 25. I see that it really doesn't matter at this point. It's a, it's quite a fun game that goes around with a twist of having normally to escalate our power or skills in this type of games. We are basically the ticking time bomb, able to go a rampage through the city, pretty much from the very beginning. That we take control of Alex Mercer, the protagonist, and I feel like that was one of the first games that gave into the power fantasy type of genre where they give us a powerful protagonist because take for example the thing that people say that oh yeah you just can't make a Superman game because it wouldn't be fun if the enemies don't have kryptonite, if they don't have the means to always be able to chip away at your health. But this game was one of the first things that proved that you actually just need someone who's able to level the city, but enemies that if you don't know
Fight them?
how to fight them or make sure that they don't surround you, you can pretty much be killed instantly. So yeah, I say that it's a fair position with a nice story and a and a couple of twists that makes it interesting. Next.
Yeah, I would agree with my brother there because
Okay.
it's a fun game. It's entertaining, and you can do a lot of you can say combos because you have different abilities that you can combine. For example, we have the first ability or first weapon you can get is the claws, which literally transform you to have like similar to any animal. Then we can have you could say a whiplash, then a sword, shield. Even at the almost at the end game, you develop what you could say the a full on armor to protect yourself from bullets and all that. So
Next.
next, let's go with Shadow of the Colossus for 24.
I will kill you.
My brother will kill me. Help
It
me, guys.
doesn't.
Or we can change it. Okay, not Shadow of the Colossus. Other game.
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars.
No,
Okay, Halo Wars. Where is it? Here it is.
I agree
Okay.
on that.
No, I can.
No,
You
no,
can
it's
back for
okay.
it. You can
Okay.
back for it.
Okay, Halo Wars. It's a quite interesting game, but it's like a different type of game from the normal Halos that we are all known that are in first person. In this one, we play as a commander, and we have to take control of our own army that we have to build. build and protect. Well, not protect, but maintain to destroy your enemies. And to be honest, the first game kind of interesting story. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite good. It made me try more of these type of games, and it was entertaining to play both the story and the in the mode like in skirmish. But the only thing is that it wasn't that you could say it didn't have how can I say it, a balance because there was this kind of unit called ODST which you can drop anywhere in the map if you had vision, and you can like literally drive one car to the enemy base and drop like 50 or 60 Marines ODSTs on the battlefield. Y ability their main base and instantly destroy it, and that was quite annoying for any player. So yeah. So you guys have heard about Halo Wars?
I played the game, but honestly, I fall asleep playing it. It's so boring at the beginning.
Psst.
I just like the first person shooting that beep, 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 that's it.
Okay then. You, Christian, do you have any comments?
Well, no, not really. I never played Halo Wars. I played other Halos, but Halo Wars, no, not a single time.
Okay. Okay, now let's go with 23. What game? We have Gears of War, Halo Reach, Fallout, GTA 4, Fallout New Vegas, Alien
where you
Isolation. What?
where you left where you left RUC see the Colossus, alright.
Yes, here.
Because I already
Maybe
kind
the
of
Street
very
Fighter.
pouring on that one.
On
No, because
24?
it's another fucking gay game.
On 33, on 33, you mean.
Alright, I mean it's okay.
Okay, 23. Shadow Colossus, bro, on 23. What would you say?
Absolutely. Well, Santa Colossus are the typical. I think that sort of the 23 scan because maybe because it is a remaster of a remaster. It's always that at a new PlayStation it comes with a Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know why. I don't know what the directors or executives think that people like. I mean, it's a really great game, but really, it got burned with so many remasterizations. But honestly, if you haven't played, I think it's a great game for having I don't know an existential crisis because the game's rise to prove how what demon promises a person to realize to revive her his his wife, and through all this process, he has to kill 16 close creatures to achieve his goal. And I don't know, the plot twist is always kind of depressing. I don't know, I stuff. It's a game that provokes me a lot of feelings, a lot of I don't know. Okay, it's I have counter feelings with that game.
Okay.
And you, what you guys think?
Okay, let's go first with Christian.
Yeah.
My brother can give his opinion.
I can give a calm and reasonable opinion.
Okay, here
Well,
comes my
yeah, I
brother.
do. I do recognize the point that this game actually, at some point, it has to get old in the sense that it came out originally on the PS2, then it came out on the PS3 as a remaster, then there was a remake for the PS4, and that was yeah, it is a great game, and I see why they decide to re-release it so much. It actually, at some point, is going to make the people sick of the game. And yeah, it's an amazing game with a wonderful story and a beautiful world. But at the same time, is in between bosses that you just have to go there with your horse. It actually feels a little empty. The world. Because what I don't understand that's the whole point, that you're killing everything around you, and that's why it feels more calm, more silent, and at the same time more dead and lifeless. It is it is something that you just can't ignore as a someone who's playing the game. So yeah, I say it's a fair spot. Christian?
Christian, you there?
Hey,
Yeah.
yes, I'm here.
So what is your opinion on Shadow of the Colossus?
I never played it, neither. I really don't even have an idea what the game is about.
Mm,
So
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
okay,
maybe
that one.
we should go with the next one.
Yes, 22.
I should say maybe the Street Fighter.
Street Fighter in
Maybe the Street
22.
Fighter. I don't think that the Street
Oh.
Fighter is so good.
Why?
Well, it's
Like,
good, but not so good. I believe that it's a good time to put it.
you can say mid.
Yes, I don't know. What do
Oh,
you
the
think
Super
about that?
Mario.
I haven't played Street Fighter, honestly. I can't give it an exact opinion.
How the hell haven't you played Street Fighter, bro?
It's quite literally the staple of what a fighting game is. The whole industry wouldn't exist if it wasn't for games like Street Fighter.
And probably I have played it, but I'm really confused it with Mortal
I
Kombat.
can cry right now.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't even notice the difference between of them.
I'm not saying it.
My brother is having a crisis right now. Okay. Okay, let's skip
But
this one
you know,
because my brother is still having an attack. Okay, for 21, Assassin's Creed 2.
whatever.
Which was the best Assassin's Creed? The third one or the Brotherhood?
I think that's the third one, the one with the Ezio Auditore. I don't remember which. Yeah, if it was two or three. I think it was
Bro, they're
two.
telling that the best one is Assassin's Creed 3. What would you say?
Wait, what?
That the best one is Assassin's Creed 3.
Wait, you mean as Assassin's Creed 3 as in the game released, or Assassin's Creed 3 in Assassin's Creed 3? Because they're two different types. Technically speaking, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the third game of the franchise, but Assassin's Creed, you refer to Assassin's Creed 3, the one
Oh,
with
here.
Connor Kenway.
We have this one.
The
Assassin's
one
Creed.
that is named Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, all right, all right. Hmm. Well, yeah, I do find that
But we
it
were
got
talking about Assassin's Creed 2. Well,
it's got
anyway.
one of the best stories in terms of and in the types of anime assassins, and in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, combat in the whole series, because you just felt like you were able to go through a whole army of people and you just wouldn't be able to be stopped. Yeah, I do recognize the value in the game, but in terms of how the ending affected the whole franchise moving forward, I do feel like it is quite lackluster. And in my opinion, I would put it behind Assassin's Creed 2, but it's it's something that I'm saying that if you don't like it, well, we can just put it at your way because it's majority of votes.
So we could say that Assassin's Creed 3 on 21, Assassin's Creed 2 on 20. How about that?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with Assassin's Creed 3 on.
Whatever.
Okay, we have a whatever. You, Christian?
Well, I maybe consider Assassin's Creed on top 15, but it's okay.
All right.
Okay, so we have both
There
Assassin's
can
Creed.
be readjustments moving
Yeah, we
forward.
can have readjustments later. So, for 19 here, what game?
Nick, how much stuff do we have?
How much? We already have 1 hour of recording.
Almost in 20 seconds we will reach an hour.
Yes, in 20 seconds we will have
All
another
right.
hour. and we still have another one to go.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this video is gonna have a lot of weight. It's gonna have a lot of space in my computer. Okay, 19. Let's say
Crisis.
Crisis 3. So
Why?
the why, in my opinion, Crisis 3 is a good game. I haven't. I mean, I have seen the story. I have seen gameplay, but I haven't played it yet. I played the second one, yes, and the second one was quite good for me. It was fun to play as the protagonist, which you had literally a suit that can make you fully invisible, make it harder to for bullets to trespass the armor, and also like super jump and all that. I like the moments that when you have a freaking turret and activate like
Maximum armor.
the maximum armor has it how it's said in the game, and then or the different types of voices that sounded when you activated different abilities like invisibility or how to say cloaking. And we had maximum speed, maximum strength. We had different abilities for the suit. In the three, well, we they added a more story from the second one, and well, that's all I could say.
Well, for being honest, I played the whole game, the multiplayer, the campaign, everything about Registry. And honestly, it deserves, I believe, the 12 or 11 position. And honestly, if the campaign was great, not no historical, no any was great, only great. But at the same time, I think that the multiplayer and the graphics for me and a game for it looks 360. Oh my god, the graphics were so good, man. I really hard. I had a hard time finding another game matching the quality of the visuals on Crisis 3. And on computer, this goes beyond while the graphical performance of that game just is absolutely amazing. But the multiplayer was also great. That's all I have to say about it.
Hmm. So, Christian, what do
And you
you say
push.
about it? Oh, sorry, sorry.
Well, what I gotta say is that I'm too old for this. It's a game that I haven't played also.
What do you mean
So
old?
what can I say?
It came out 12 years ago.
It came 12
True.
years
Well, I'm
ago,
around
bro. You
that
still.
all game too.
But
Anyway,
yes, I have not played that game neither.
okay. Let's go. 18, 18. What game? Fallout 4. How about that?
Yeah, Fallout 4. Wait, we haven't played Fallout 4 yet? Okay.
Well,
Yeah, we could play that.
I know that I know that I said that I suggested that game, but honestly, I haven't played it. I just have seen a few gameplays, not that much of a. Do you have an idea of how the game works?
In fact, yeah,
But
I have.
honestly, as far as
Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry.
also as far as I'm aware of the game, I mean, just and as any other game is fun to play, and that's it.
Well, in my case, I have played Fallout 4. It's quite a good game. Mostly more because of the mods that you can add it. But yeah, it has a good story. Well, I would say a mid story because first you see that the bombs fall. You have to run to a vault to protect yourselves, to a bunker. Then you see how your wife is
Mhm.
get or your husband, depending on what your sex you choose for the game. You can be male or female, and you have to like the main story is to find your son, but as we heard from the new Fallout series, the Golden Rule, the Wasteland, Thou shalt be. How was it again? Thou shalt be sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time. And the game starts to feel like it's not anymore a straight line, but you can go all around the wasteland doing stuff, and the story won't continue unless you want to. Well, that's my opinion. So let's go with 17.
All right. Let's see. Can you show
Yes,
the
here.
ones that
Yeah.
are left?
We have Gears of War 2, Halo Reach, GTA 5, New Vegas,
4.
4, 5, sorry, New Vegas, Alien
The best of the
Isolation,
best remaining.
I would say Saints Row.
Saints Row.
Yeah, I would say Saints Row.
Okay, Raul, that you were the one to recommend it. What would you say? Saints Row on
Mm,
17.
yes, whatever.
Saints Row arriba de Saints.
Shut up, bro. Okay, so what do we know about Saints Row, guys? You, Christian, Raul, both give your comments, please.
But that for me was a fun game to play. I still remember the. I know this game because of the like Vegeta gameplay and all back old school way to back. I remember this guy from being 10,000 subscribers. I remember and getting back to school with previously getting the Xbox and seeing his gameplays on Minecraft or Cyber and other stuff. And honestly, this wasn't a top game because when I was looking the gameplays, I still remember I had much fun watching while he was having some fun playing it. But in reality, I never played the game itself. I played the second way, the Science Row, the proper one. I don't remember which one is. But honestly, I just picked it up for the memory for when I was like 12, 13. I don't remember all the good time when I didn't have to stress about calculus, didn't have to stress about business, I didn't have to stress about a lot of stuff.
You, Christian, what would you
And
say?
It's okay. For what number we are? 16.
No, we're on 17 and we're talking about Saints Row, but okay. Yeah, 16. So, what
Yes.
game would you place in 16?
Mm, mm, mm. I don't know because the ones that I know that are left, I think they are
We
too
can add
good.
more, don't worry.
Like
if
any.
you want, we can explore more options. The ones that are only suggested. You're thinking another game that may will
Okay,
be well
yes,
suited
maybe
for.
I would add one that is not there and that would be left for the two. Maybe
Hmm?
there.
Left for the 2. Fine. Let me go for an image. Left for the 2.
Take your time, big Xbox thing as you need.
Yeah,
Please.
I've been. This is a way to make the videos more interesting to find an image, and besides, we get to watch a lot of art styles. You could say.
And oh my god,
Oh,
guys, who's gonna win the election? What do you think?
What?
Who's gonna win the election?
Claudia.
Wait.
What do you think, Christian? You're the
But
one facing the circumstances.
but I don't understand the question. What do you
Who's
say?
going to win the
Who do
elections
you
this year?
I'm not getting it.
Ay,
Who
güey.
is gonna win the election?
Uh,
Claudia, Xochitl, Marinus.
the election of the
President,
presidential
yes.
election.
Voting.
Well, it's gonna be a disgrace, but I think Claudia is gonna win. But I hope Xochitl wins.
So my
Okay,
brother
But
I'm
was
I
not.
hope
right.
that Claudia is winning.
You're a Prianista.
No, I'm not just stupid. I'm
Nah.
just
I'm
not
already.
stupid.
So we already have 10 minutes. So let's keep going. So we already placed for Left 4 Dead 2 on top 16th. Why reasons?
Actually, I believe we're missing one game there. Well, I
Oh,
liked it a lot. I don't know what you think about it,
yeah, it's
but
quite a
we're
good
missing.
game, but it kind of when you play like the games all again and again, it starts to make repetitive. It starts to being repetitive unless you play multiplayer.
Yeah, no, but I was gonna say the next game.
Sorry. Next game
Maybe
for
the
15.
Dragon Ball Infinite World, Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. That's a really good game.
Okay, never heard about that. Let me check. Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball Z Infinite World.
Infinite World. Here it is. What in the actual hell is this game? I have never seen it to be honest.
You should play. It's a pretty good game.
My brother in Christ, literally, when come here, please.
What?
Do you know this game? Dragon Ball Z Infinite World.
Why do you say C like Z?
See, sorry.
I think it. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I saw.
Tell us about it because I'm not that clear
Dragon
about it.
Ball Z.
It's a type.
You're
okay, so
right.
we're going to
Why
add that
do you say Sita?
story.
Portrait swine.
Oh, okay.
I don't wanna live.
Don't worry, we still have
50 minutes to go.
yep,
45 minutes to go. 48.
48, yes. Okay, so for top 14, let's go with Dishonored.
Which one?
Absolutely masterpiece.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
In the servers, I don't know, probably 14. But honestly, when I remember this game being for free on the Xbox Live Gold Pass, I thought it was kind of copy of Assassin's Creed, but with a plot twist. Actually, the you were having a lot more skills than in Assassin's Creed, and the way that you were meant to, because you were also a kind of like a hitman, but at the same time, they the gameplay dynamics was just different in the aspect because you have different abilities, because you could improve them. You could also add some abilities to your portfolio or whatever. And also the missions were kind of like bit more complex to understand and to execute than Assassin's Creed.
Hmm.
So a more interesting game overall. I think that
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, it's a fun game. I haven't played it yet, but I have seen it. And it's quite interesting the ways you could play it as. You could play as an assassin going around killing everyone, or you could go full on like a magic. And it even has different stories depending on your actions. The different stories, different endings. Sorry. Okay, it's for number 13, and I would say this, but I would put there Bioshock.
Sounds
Another
fair.
Bioshock.
Christian, you
Yes,
have played
Bioshock is a good.
Bioshock, so what would you say about it?
It's a pretty good game, and I think it's a fair number 13 for it because it's not like the best game ever, but it's a pretty interesting and fun game to play. So I think number 13 is quite good for it.
Yeah, because we have in the game towers, we have weapons. Oh, wait, I have to mute quickly or not.
Have interesting characters
No.
and scenarios, a
Yeah,
story.
yeah. The first game had that, and even the plot twist we have at the end is quite interesting. Right now, I'm like having a gameplay of it. I'm playing it the first game because I have played two and Infinite, but I haven't played the first one, so that's why I added this here. So right now I'm trying to play it. Okay, number 12. Let's say Fallout 2. Raul, you were the one that recommended Fallout 2 here, so what do you have to say about it?
You know, I mean, okay.
Fallout 2.
Fallout 2 was, well, I think that I actually never played the game, but the fact that I asked you to add to the list is because of the story of this nuclear thing, and then an diverse technological world is the following the not following the transistor and following the bulbs was fascinating to me because of the story of the whole technological divergence comes into the story. And that was the reason because of the story of Paul for the minds of the technological divergence.
Yeah. Post-apocalyptic with technology that is a bit more fundamental, that more interesting than our world is quite interesting. Okay, number 11, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Bro,
Your brother of
11.
yes,
Right? Yes, okay.
Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Have you ever guys heard or played it?
I haven't.
I heard it, but I've never played
Ask
the
your
Brotherhood
brother.
one.
He's the one that had.
In my experience, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is quite a good game, and in one of the best stories, not only as not only as as a part of the franchise, but as in the video game industry as a whole. Because as we may see, Ezio Auditore, it's in this trilogy of games where he becomes one of the most fundamental and culturally important characters in pop culture media. And in my opinion, that's more than enough to make it deserving of, in my opinion, not top 11. I would say even the top 10. But I will let that for yourself to decide as you're the one who are making this podcast.
Okay, and now we're entering. We could say uncharted waters because now we go into our top 10 games that we all like and have played it. Okay, for number 10, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it's definitely not too. Honestly, worst four, but it
Four.
was still not a great game. What do you think, Christian?
Yes, okay. I like Resident Evil games. The
Yeah,
last
Yeah,
one I remember playing was Code Veronica. That's a pretty good Resident Evil. But yes, Resident Evil in general will fit there.
yeah,
yeah, Resident Evil are great games. Honestly, but games are probably. I don't know about you, Christian, but those games were most of my childhood when you were playing with your friends or whatever. When I first got my PlayStation 2, I got to wait with a Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 4.
let's
Uh,
say Resident.
um, as-
Oh, I was gonna say, let's say
and
that
I
Resident
think
I
Evil.
remember playing.
Oh, sorry, you go continue.
I
Right?
remember. I remember playing. I believe it was the first Resident Evil, the one that the what could I tell it? the box, the wallpaper of the box or the image was like an eye. Was that the
I
first
remember.
Resident Evil?
Yes, I think I also play that. I think that I have it on for Xbox. Do you know for GameCube? It was.
Yeah, I played that with my cousins, and then I remember playing Resident Evil 2 also. And then later on, I played the one that I told you, the Code Veronica, in my PlayStation 2. But I don't remember playing it when I was a kid, and it haunted me a little bit. It was like, oh damn, I was a little bit like afraid of it, but I liked it.
Was
Also, well, kind of the content, kind of the content atmosphere of the game is also part of the ambience, and I think that adds to the touch of being in a zombie, but with a aesthetics of I don't know which was this game that was horror, but get into your side and sterilize your first in front of you. As I'm here, as I feel like both of the games combined, but with zombies approach.
okay.
And for Resident Evil 4, it's challenging game, still not like others, and also the bosses, the gameplay, how you were meant to administrate your bullets, your ammunition, your resources, whatever you have,
Hey,
in order
T4
to be effective in your gameplay.
also DMC.
Honestly, I don't remember any better Resident Evil than
You
this
can say
one.
that. I'm going to.
For the most part, I
Ah,
had a lot of fun with this Resident Evil. So for sure, it is a well-deserved Precision 9.
Uh, if I may say something about this game, the thing about the
Go
Resident
ahead.
Evil, that in my be able to say something about this about Resident Evil 4 is that by itself you can just see the difference in the tone and the ambient of the game because we go from a survival horror in a dark city in the night, fighting zombies with resources being scarce and such. In this game, it's closer to an action game to a horror game. Well, yes, it does keep its horror properties. It actually had a lot of changes along the way because originally the game changed so much that it basically looked nothing like the original Resident Evils. So, by the end of the day, Capcom decided to just change the name of the IP, postpone the release of Resident Evil 4 for the PS2, and in the time being, they just they just put Leon with white hair and decide to name it Devil May Cry. So, in during the development of this game, it it was actually how it was born another popular franchise nowadays for Capcom.
And when you in the part that you mentioned for it is more like an action game rather than an horror game for the ambience, and absolutely it is. Um, I remember playing this game. I was also like, what minutes because it's so parts, it's also scary, shadowing, and horror like. And as another part, there's the sun is quite also kind of like you said, it is more an action aspect in some other parts of the game. So let's just go ahead with the next one.
Ah, yeah, I'm going to have to take her for Victor at the moment, given the fact that he just went to the
All right.
bedroom. For top number 8, what do you think it will be? A good game for this. We have Gears of War 2, Halo Reach.
I
But
think Halo Reach will be in a great fit for this one. Uh,
yeah,
I think so as
Also,
well.
we discussed this when I discussed, well, we were discussing about reaching a period pass because as we were having you as a guest, probably we will have already discussed this game so much. So, can you give just your opinion on this one? So, we already have established on a previously one on another podcast.
Hello guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Sorry.
So, actually, I was asking your brother to give you some insight on Halo Reach
Oh, and
because at the time we are reaching games that we have discussed previously,
yes.
and I think that probably having a fresh opinion with a fresh person, fresh get will be great.
Okay. I I see that as that's an interesting thing to say. So right now we're going to number 7, and from here I
Mhm.
could say Titanfall. Thank you. Number 7.
Ah,
It's an interesting game. Yeah, it has fun mechanics to do, and the ability to both play as a human being and to play as a giant robot is quite an interesting concept, to be honest.
mhm.
So we go into
And what more
numbers.
can you tell? Because I've never played it.
Oh, Titanfall
I'm
2.
about to fall asleep, honestly. What? How much time left do you have?
So we still
Like,
have almost half an hour, to be honest. So we can keep
Holy
going.
cow!
So, what can I say about Hail Titanfall 2 is that, well, it is an interesting game to play, and because it both has a story, a campaign, in which you have challenges, you have the ability to have different, like you could say, powers, and that's good and all. And now we have the ability to both, like in the campaign, we have the ability to travel through time. Funny. And in multiplayer we have the ability to like phase through enemies and do executions, which is quite interesting, to be honest. The only thing is that you could say that from the first to the second game they made that the executions are more, you could say, flashy, because as in the first game we only had three different classes of titans. We had the strider, which was speed, the atlas class, which was, you could say, all in one because it had speed and armor. And then we have the ogre, which was more like a tank and mobility. In this game, we had different, you could say, titans for each class. Like we had North Star and Ronin, which are the most, have less armor, you could say, but have a lot of mobility, and running more because you literally run around with a sword hitting enemies like a samurai. And North Star is a sniper rifle. Then we have the middle class titans, which are Tone and Ion, which are, you could say, Tone was literally the pick for people who want to camp around corners because you could mark enemies and shoot missiles without them hitting you, and that was quite cheesy. And Ion was literally lasers and more lasers. Like if you were to try a play like Iron Man, Ion was your pick. And then we have the heavy classes, which had two titans, which were Scorch and Legion. Scorch was my favorite because you have a grenade launcher that launches napalm and fire barrels and firewalls to eliminate infantry and titans. And then we have Legion, which was literally a minigun with legs. So yeah.
So, well, kind of guys, you honestly can never play the game. But honestly, for games that is all mostly was a fun game to watch. I don't know if it was good game to play because I didn't even play. Actually, the farthest on consoles that I have reached was Xbox 360. So I don't even think that this game, when it released, was solely for Xbox One. I don't know. I think that this game have released like uh 9 years ago, something like that. Quick, I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, let's go with number 6.
But go
Okay, I
ahead.
think it's time. It's time for League of Legends.
My brother in Christ. Ah, man. Okay, we're gonna have a problem here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of already plays
Yes,
League
it
of
worked.
Legends.
But I'm not telling League of Legends is number one, but it has to be in there.
Yeah, it's in there,
Even though
but
you
Yeah.
don't
it's
like
not.
it, it's one of the most played games.
It is in there, but not up there.
Well, I haven't played, so I can't think
Yeah,
about it.
like my brother said,
So
it's in the top, but it's not up the top. So
Yeah.
be happy
It is in
it's
the
yes,
in there.
it
list
Says
all
my
the time.
brother. Yeah, we place it in number
yes, it
29.
is. Number what?
29. It's here.
Oh, but you gotta switch it.
Nah. Make me.
And whatever, just leave it there
Yeah, let's leave it there, bro.
as a three versus one opinion.
So let's go with how about Dark Souls 2?
Absolutely, game. Like, it follows it slowly. Versus the honestly one of the toughest game I played. I don't know if you have played it.
Yeah, it's quite a fun game, but the only thing is that I had to learn how to control the character because it was quite difficult for me at the beginning. But then
Yes,
when I
absolutely.
found a way to chase enemies into attacking and just evading and killing them quickly without them noticing was good. Yeah,
Yes, it was honestly a tough game to play. It was not easy.
yeah. Okay, so
So what follows then?
so what follows now is the top 5, and here's where we're going to get doxed. So
Wanna get dogs? Well, what do you have with that? I didn't hear that.
dogs
Explain
is
it.
when they like people that doesn't like your opinion somehow find your address and publish it, right, bro?
Yeah.
All right.
So let's
I
go
was
with
almost
how
taking
about
it
number
for some
five?
other thing.
Yes, how about number 5 is Resident Evil, Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption. Oh shit,
Well, I haven't played that
But
game,
yeah,
so
you bro,
you
would you say
guys.
that Red Dead
Red
is
Dead
number
Redemption
5?
is a pretty good game.
If it was for me, I would put it even
I never played any Red Dead Redemption. Honestly,
in
Okay.
my
You don't like it?
Mm,
no, I just never played it. So just I never did.
No,
in my humble opinion,
you
people.
never played it.
If you wanna talk, come over here, bro.
In my humble opinion, people were very skeptical about this game as it was advertised as a prequel to the original game that by itself it was considered quite a masterpiece, and people weren't happy with the change of protagonist and how we weren't going to play as John and we're demanding a change. But when the game finally rolled out, it is by the story alone is one of the most beautiful games out there with such care and passion put into it, and with one of the most alive worlds that there is to a game. That unfortunately it was kind of released too early, and I almost won the game of the year when it came out in 2018. But unfortunately, God of War actually went and won in front of it. The thing is, the game actually holds a very special place in my heart as I put hundreds of hours on it. And if I could just delete my memory of it and just play it again for the first time, I would do it. Continue.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Well,
Bro,
I had an opinion, something like that.
Frozen.
Have you ever guys watching a movie that you just wish you had to be just like that to erase your memory and just watch it again and feel the same that you just felt when the first time you saw it? And it can happen to you.
Yeah. But at the end, quite a good game. It's fun to
Hey,
play, and
exactly.
it has a multiplayer, which is also fun to play. So let's go with top 4. Gears of War 2. How about it?
You guys just up to I'm not really following with years, honestly. And also that's your brother because I'm not really into years on I'm
No,
only
my brother
Halo
is
and
also not into Gears. My brother is not into Gears at all.
Hey, what?
just as
You
me.
appreciate the story, but not the information.
Yeah.
No, what games are left? Can you show what games are left?
Yeah, we still have
Because I believe
GTA
Years of War may
4.
be
Yeah, we have GTA
higher.
4, Fallout New Vegas, Alien Isolation, Far Cry 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Red Dead Redemption 1, Silent Hill, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. We can add another one if you want.
I don't really think Black Ops is better than Years of War.
Yeah, it's not.
Black
San
Ops 1 or
Andreas
Black Ops
probably
2?
when I'm left
Yeah, bro.
when I'm next.
So I believe, and yes, not even San Andreas. Maybe I believe Years of War got to be on top three
Okay. So what we're going for?
easily. Maybe Black Ops.
1 or
One.
2?
Black Ops
Okay,
one.
1.
Well, because one is more mythical than two. Honestly, two has some very good Easter eggs, but Black Ops One is just for mythical, not
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, I can
Why should,
understand it.
how much time do you would have left, Vic?
So we still have almost 23 minutes to go.
All right, so we can make it. I don't know, for 150, you guys seem well fitted.
How,
Because
What?
honestly,
how
I don't
much
think we're
time
gonna.
is missing?
We already have 1 hour and 37 minutes and counting. If you want, we could hit 1 and 45, 1 and 50. How about that?
Probably 150 will
Yes.
be right.
1
Because
and
honestly,
50.
making 2 hours is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah. So, and we also have
Yes,
just two
it's a
more
lot of
places
time. I
left.
don't think there's an issue.
Yeah, we still have only 2 places more. So, either way, we have to finish this. So,
Okay,
Gears
here's
2
what's
on
left.
top 3, and in Black Ops on top 4. So now we have
Gears
to
1
choose
to 1, Gears 2 to 3, Gears 3 to 3. That's just like that.
Um,
from these games.
I don't know.
Top
Maybe
2.
Red Dead Redemption
For top
number
2?
two. Maybe it's a pretty good game. I like pretty much Red Dead Redemption, but I don't know which we should consider as number one. I know which one.
Which one?
It's not there, but
You
or
can say
maybe
it,
it
say it,
could be
say
number
it.
two. God of War.
No,
God of War.
which one?
Which one?
How is God of War not there? Well, I only played the first one and the second one, so I don't know how the third one is. But I would consider the first one as the best. Maybe.
But it was the origin of everything, so yeah, well, I would consider God of War 1. Let me
I
find
don't know.
Yes.
a nice
Whatever.
image of it for. Here it is. Nice image. Oh, yes, and the God of War 1 is where you fight the Hydra.
Yes.
Oh my.
Uh, but now
For top one,
maybe Red Dead Redemption will be
Red Dead Redemption for
number
top one.
one. Maybe it could be.
Yeah, I would agree with that because it's interesting. It was the start of a game where you have to find, well, redemption, and it's quite a good story to play with.
Yes, it's pretty cool. Maybe yes, I would agree to put the Red Dead in number one. I don't know what you say, Raul.
I don't know. I have played any Red Dead Redemption before.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
Never.
you
the
told that
gameplay
before.
I've said that. Whatever.
Chan 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 chan.
Chile con pan.
So
Ah,
that's
So
the list.
that's the list for all. We still have 10 minutes more to, well, 9 minutes more to talk about. So we could talk about how our this day, the 2nd of July, June,
June 2nd. June
June
2nd.
2nd, yeah, 2nd of June, the
Uh,
how we went to take our votes. Well, it was quite boring, to be honest. I thought it was going to be more exciting, but it was just meh. Meh. Because we literally went there in the morning to see if we could like vote quickly and come back home, and they even didn't even make the boxes to leave our vote, so we have to wait like half an hour there.
I feel you, Vic. Honestly, when
Well,
I tried to reach there early in the morning, but honestly, it's, I got more sleepy than I thought, and I was just be back again, and then just like 10 in the morning. My mom requested me to the job sites in the north, and I just went there to check to check some logs. And then when I get back, I was like, let's go to boat. And honestly, boats didn't took me almost like 7 to 10 minutes at most because everything was the top and mostly everything was good to go. And then they just like put my internet. They were checking the book, they were checking everything, and then just they just let me the paper boat, and that was it. Just like quick right there, and just leave it. Leave the boats on the drawers, and just left. Just as easy as that. And you, Christian, tell us about it because you seem to have a more busy day than the two of us did.
yes, well, I was busy all morning helping my sister with some stuff of her business of the doggy booth,
All
and
right.
then finally, when I was kind of free, I was ready to go to boat, and then my family wanted to go together, so I wait for them like half an hour until they were all ready. Half an hour. Then we all got to boat, and first, well, my dad is an old person, so I got with him first, so we didn't make line. We got in straight directly to boat. There was not so much line, anyways, but like he's very old, well, we didn't make any line. We went to boat, and then I went to take my dad back home while my sisters boated, and then well, I got back to pick my sisters, but one of my sisters, I don't know why, that was really really strange and really weird. She didn't vote in the same place as us, and we live in the same place. We have the same last names, and I don't know. why she was not in that list, and they told her that she had to go vote somewhere else. So I took her to another like kindergarten here near my house, and she lasted like 15 minutes. She is the one that lasted the most because in the first place where the first of us voted, there was not so many people. It took like 10 minutes, 15 minutes for them, and 5 minutes for me because I make no line with my dad. But in the other place where my
Your
oldest
sister.
sister voted, it took like 15 minutes. I waited for her like 50 minutes in the car, and then I took her uh, to a place after she voted. I took her to a place she had to go, and I went home.
All right.
It was my voting adventure.
I feel you. Well, I think mine was quickest because I didn't make any line because simply my last name is right. Well, it starts with the last name is the with the last letters on the facilitarium and another last name also really goddamn weird and it's got a straightforward in. I didn't make any line.
Oh, that's good.
That's right. That was it. Like 10 minutes. Proceed and get out. How much left do we have, Dick?
Well, I would say we
It's
should like stop the video here
it's
because
enough.
I still have to upload it. So how
Yes,
about
although when
we?
I was gonna be a pain in the ass. I
Yeah.
agree.
So
Yes, it's okay.
You know what? Let's just leave it like that. Hope, hope for the best.
yeah. So that will be all. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Very much.